First, let me just remind everybody that we do have handouts here on the table, and we would ask that everyone at least pick some of the handouts out on the table here. You'll find that the information is very informative. Also, I have DVDs and books about my life story and what solitary confinement is like. They usually go for $15 in Walmart and everywhere. We're giving them away today for $5 just for today. We're giving the books and DVDs away for $5 for anybody that's interested in it. All right, let me tell you my story. I spent about 30 years in prison. Recently completing a 20-year federal sentence in Marion. I was sent to USP Marion from USP Terre Haute. And one thing about being in federal prison, if you've never flown on a plane, you will get used to it. They fly you all over the country free. We call it diesel therapy. When they want to punish you, they put you on a plane for 6 months and fly you all around the country. When you step off, they put you in the cell. By the time you fall asleep 5 minutes later, you're back on the plane again, flying somewhere. Who knows where? This is how they do to what we call jailhouse lawyers or politically motivated prisoners. I left Marion under some strange circumstances. Anyone who has access to a computer, you just Google my name. It's Hakim Shaheed or Midget Moley. Most of you saw my story on BET, the History Channel, Biography Channel. Just Google my name and you'll see that 9 guards were held responsible for torturing me for 2 hours after an incident that happened in the housing unit in solitary confinement. I was sent to solitary confinement for giving a speech at a prison in Indiana, a speech that they called inflammatory, simply because I was telling the NAACP about what was going on in that prison. They threatened me that if you tell them, we got a place for you. I didn't believe them. I know they would probably put me in a hole for a few days, a few months, and then let me back out. I was willing to pay that price. But the price they wanted me to pay, I couldn't handle. I didn't know it. So I gave the speech and I told NAACP what was going on in this prison. And for that, 3 days later, 6 guards came to my cell and said, we got a place for you. They put me in a hole. I stayed in the hole for 6 months while they went about doing what they was going to do to me. Word started going around inside of the hole that they're about to send me to Marion. Now, I don't know if any of you guys ever heard of Marion, but Marion is the birth child of solitary confinement. Anybody that's been in any prison in the state system, and they was in the hole for any length of time, when they got finished, they sent them to Marion. And Marion is the human wringer. As you wring water out of a towel, Marion wrings the humanity out of you. And this is what they did to me. For 10 years, I was locked in a windowless cell. No window. A windowless cell for 10 years. A concrete bed, a steel toilet, and a little metal thing on the wall that they called a mirror. Now let me just give you an example of this because I know you cannot conceive what this might be. Imagine yourself, if you can. Imagine yourself in your bathroom, door shut, a hole cut out in the door. You in your bathroom, the door shut, a hole cut out in your door. The tub is not your tub, it's your bed. So you got the bed, you got the toilet, and you got the sink, and you in that little room. And you in there for 23 hours a day. 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, some people 20 years, some people 30 years. You're locked in that place like that. What effect you think it would have on you when they release you out into society? What happened to me in 2005, I was tortured. Again, I was targeted after 9/11. A young lady's mother came up and talking about her son after 9/11. I was one of those guys after 9/11 they targeted because they considered me a leader of the Muslims in my housing unit. They targeted me. They came at me. For 3 years, they targeted me. We contacted Congress. We told Congress what they were doing. We told the United States Congress what they will do. And the United States Congress did not listen. Senators did not listen. Barack Obama, who's our president now, I got nothing against him. He was the senator from Illinois. I got the letter. I wrote him. I told him before he was president, this is what's going on in Marion. Please come and help us. We're white. We're black. We're red. We're brown. we're yellow, we're all people, we're Americans. This is what they're doing to us here in Maryland. Barack Obama, please come and help us. And Barack Obama wrote me back. He's a senator. He wrote me back and he said to me, he said, we do not get into legal or judicial matters. We wish you well. I wrote Senator McCain, Senator John McCain. And you know what Senator John McCain did? He got involved and he told the BOP, the Bureau of Prisons, which is equivalent to the DOC, but run federal prison. He said, I want answers. If this man is alleging that this is taking place in a federal prison in the United States of America, we want answers. This is what John McCain did. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, I'm a Democrat. I vote Democrat, but he's a Republican. So now I vote principles. I don't vote parties. So I said to him, John McCain, we thank you. I'm not saying I'm innocent. I'm not saying I'm guilty. I just want somebody to look into what we're saying in here. Okay. Finally, they sent 2 agents from Washington, D.C., from the Office of Inspector General. If anybody know about that, the Office of Inspector General, when they come in, they investigate because all the apparatuses had failed. The internal affairs had failed. Everything had failed. They sent these agents in to investigate to see if there was any legitimacy to what we was talking about. They did the investigation. I told them, listen, I'm 76 days away from going home. I want no problems. There's a lot of other people in here that you can talk to. I don't want no problems out of these officers because I know they will retaliate on me for telling you what's going on in here. But I've been writing you for 3 years. You didn't come in. I'm not mad, but I'm getting ready to go home. I left. The guards thought I told them something. So the guards targeted me. They came at me. So the agents came back again in August 2005. First time May. They came back August and I told them everything. I told them the inmates they were killing. I told them the inmates they were setting up to be killed. I told them how they were putting feces in our food, staplers in the meatloaf, spitting in our face, doing some of the most barbaric things you can even believe happening in American prisons. For that there, it led to me being tortured by the guards and then placed on death row. They claimed for my security. I didn't kill anyone. Nobody died. But they placed me on death row. They said for my security against the guards who they knew was trying to kill me. And while I sat on death row for over a year, it was on June 14, 2006 that 4 guards showed up at my door with cameras and said the United States Justice Department ordered us to release you today. I was released from death row straight to the streets. But just a minute here. Just a minute. I was released from death row straight to the streets after 20 years of lockdown, 10 years in solitary confinement. I was lost when I came out here. Every one of you seemed like monsters to me. I didn't know how to cope with you guys. I didn't know that. I went through all kinds of stuff, all kinds of strange thoughts in my head, flashbacks of being locked down. One other point I want to make before I get off. The agents of the Office of Inspector General, the agents came down. I told these guys that these federal guards are the most dangerous guards in this damn country. Nobody wanted to believe me. So what happened, I was released on June 14th. On June the 21st, and I want you to Google it. If you don't believe me, you have to believe nothing I tell you. I don't care. Go online and Google this here. June 21st, 2006, the federal guards killed the federal agents from D.C. Killed them in the prison. Shot them dead in the prison in Florida, FCI Tallahassee. Go Google it. Go. They went to arrest 9 guards. And when they went to arrest them, one of the guards pulled out his own personal gun and gunned down the federal agents from Washington, D.C. Google that. June 21st, 2006, FCI Tallahassee. Again, my name is Midget Moley. People know me as Hakim Shaheed. You can Google search me. I have my books and DVD here. And for all the mothers out here and concerned parents, fathers as well, please get this DVD I got called The Other Side to Being a Gangster, which is the prison life, what's going on in there. The same prison I was in is the same prison that John Gotti died in. I have the books, I have the DVDs.